Hello, people. I am not sure how long I'm going to be here, to be totally honest with you. I'm going to wait a little bit, let some people get in here, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. Any dumpsters, any assholes come in here, I'm not going to even hesitate. I'm going to block you. If you want to come in here and call me an asshole, you're more than welcome to. But if we go beyond that, I'm just going to block you, and that's that. Okay. Just wait for some more people to get in here. And in general, I want to talk about a few things. Thank you guys for catching that S in the front of M on Demise. That was a total accident, by the way. Harvester of Sorrow, Lee, you're not dead. No, I'm more than alive. Alive and very happy man. Okay. Appreciate that. I'm just going to go right down here. I just put this show together at the last minute. I talked about it last night. I wasn't sure what time I was going to do it, but then I decided, what the heck, let's do it now. Boston Bill, you've been going around talking so much shit in the chat rooms about me. So I give you about as much respect as you give me, but that's okay. Hopefully that will change. Okay. No. Cat Litter TV. Lee, I've been here since day one, and you have yet to give me a wrench, probably because New Beginning hates me. Well, listen, nobody decides who I give a wrench to on my show. I do. But I'm not going to make the mistake of giving out wrenches where someone's going to go in and just destroy my show. Matter of fact, there's a few people that still have a wrench that I don't even know if I could trust them. But I guess I'll find out during this show. James, how you doing? I appreciate it. Vinny, the Weasel, how you doing? I appreciate you being here. Silvio Dante, I appreciate you being here. Maddie, same thing. The Truth, long time no see. Okay, this whole thing's an appointment. You were doing great. Your show was growing. Then you turned on your fans. You still question people's loyalty. Why? You shouldn't. Why do I question people's loyalty? The Truth. Let me tell you why. Because people that I thought were my friends, and I'm learning that you cannot have too many friends in YouTube, were in other rooms talking horrible shit. I'll give you a perfect example. Grant Calder. Grant Calder was attacked on a regular basis. Awful things said about Grant Calder. And then when Grant Calder was being attacked and he was being accused of making fun of someone's dead son, I came to his defense and defended him. But as soon as he felt a little anguish, what did he do? He went in all these chat rooms and has been talking crap about me. So the Grant Calder loyalty thing, it's stuff like that, D-Truth. I didn't see you doing it. But I've been sitting back just watching the last few days, seeing who's saying what, getting an idea. It's in these tough times that you learn who actually are your friends and who are not. And once again, I hear shit about Gene Barillo, but you know who's been calling me all the time? We talk Gene Barillo. So, this is when you find out who your friends are, when you hit tough times. What a friend does is I'll give you an example. There was a person that did a show on me last night, a person who I defended who was viciously attacked by FBS, and I defended this person. And yet this person seemed fit to do a negative show on me and give out information on me continuously behind my back. So those aren't the friends you want in this, people. I'm not going to hold back and pretend I'm somebody that I am not. My biggest problem is, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I trusted too many people, and in YouTube, you cannot trust many people. The biggest mistake you can make as a content creator is trusting people. Trust is earned. If somebody disagrees with me, tell me you disagree with me. That doesn't mean that you have to jump down my back or abandon me and go to another show and say Lee's a scumbag. But that's what happens around here, people. Beantown, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Gary Shields, you should have saved this for Easter. Lee has risen from the dead. Lee's not going. Let me explain this very thoroughly. Lee's not going anywhere. I have not lost no subs. Do people understand that? You know what I hear all over in these shows? Lee fucked up the shows. Lee show's in trouble. I just did 2 videos. I dropped them. The first video did 2,000 views. The second one, 1,100. But those were drop videos, people. When you drop a video, and here's what I would challenge to other content creators. Instead of doing live shows, drop a video. Let's show us your talent by dropping a video on something that has knowledge. Can you do that? Most people can't. Unless you're guys like OC Shorts and Jeff Nadeau. They do it, and they do well by it. 100%. Sean, how you doing? You have one of my wrenches, and you're one of the few people I trust, Sean. So don't throw anybody out unless they get real nasty. But thank you. I was being tackled relentlessly. Arthur Stowell. Arthur Stowell's been stalking me since wrestling, people. Since my brother died when I was doing wrestling shows. I know who it is, and most people know who Arthur Stowell is. He's been going in Sin Mills' chat room saying horrible shit. He's just a scumbag. Arthur Stowell, if you want to show your face and come on this show right now and say what you got to say to me like a man, come and say it. But you know why you won't do it? Because you're an ugly motherfucker and you don't want to show your face. That's why you won't do it. Lee, remember, you have to answer to nobody, but exactly. This is YouTube, people. I don't have to answer to a damn person if I don't want to. But you know what? I'm going to talk about some stuff when the show goes on. But the matter is, when I'm done with this show, I will turn this show off and I'll go on to my life. And I'm very happy with my life. I live a very nice life. I have a nice home. I have a nice car. I got a couple dogs, and I'm really lucky because I have no woman in my life right now. So that's like an extra bonus. But maybe that will change. Who the fuck knows? Arthur, good thought. How you doing? David Cameron, how you doing? You know what? I'm going to say something about David Cameron. David Cameron, he says some negative stuff sometimes, but he hasn't been too negative on me throughout this whole thing. So, David, I give you your due. Thank you. David Press, I hope you're doing well. Yes, my health is, I'll talk about my health, and my health is good. Okay, here's a guy that you really can't trust, John Wolf. And here's the problem with John Wolf. I like John Wolf. John Wolf's a funny guy. But John, I can't describe you, dude. You're kind of ruthless, man. You know, always shouted you out, always in a good way. But you're just not a trustworthy guy, dude. You make good videos, though. And I'll read your stuff here. Officially went out on entertainment community. Lee Cole's bad health. Can't handle the show of mob streaming while streaming network on Roku TV. Okay. Now, that was funny. We'll give you that one, John. But, John, come on. I trust you as far as I could throw you. We will talk about this. Am I going to respond to Raimondi? I will tell you exactly what's going on there and talk about it to the amount that I'm allowed to talk about it. Are you making an enemies list, Lee? An enemy list? I need a fucking dictionary for an enemy list. Are you kidding me? You know, I've been away from this, not doing lives and stuff. And boy, I'll tell you what, man, you got a lot of scumbags out there. These are people judging me. These are like the lowest forms of life judging me. Guys like Arthur Stowell, a guy that doesn't, a coward, talks a lot of shit. And if Arthur Stowell comes in here, please block his ass the minute he hits the door. There is no friend. Snitch to you. You know something? A-Rock 1776. You are absolutely right. Let me give you an example. Redzillo used to come in here and he had my wrench and I trusted him. And what did he do? His most recent picture of me was me holding a woman by the neck, kidnapping her. That's what friends are, people. That's what a friend is. There is no friend. You absolutely. Let me rephrase that. I met some good people here. I have a couple fellows that I talk to, older fellows that have connections, and they were in the mob, and they help me a lot. They give me a lot of knowledge. Those guys I trust. But, I want to trust everybody, but, I can understand people being upset at me, but I'm not going to apologize for my health, people. I got a good video I want to play for you about that. Lee, you are the bigger and better person. Thank you. I appreciate it, Vinny. You've always been decent with me, and I do appreciate that. Lee will. Let me tell you something, John. My life has never been a safe spot. But, what by safe spot? What do you mean? Is that anything like the fucking G spot? What are you talking about? Lee, it's better to heal than baby face any day. Exactly. That is a man that understands the wrestling world. I didn't abandon you, Lee, but after fighting with those people for 6 months because I'm a fan, I don't get my loyalty as questioned. D-Truth, I haven't said anything negative about you. Florida attorney. I used to have my issues with Florida attorney. I didn't see him talking any shit. Salute. Sean Sullivan, one of the best guys on here. I had some clown the other day. I seen Common Sense making fun of Sean Sullivan the other day on a show. Common Sense, who won't show his face, dark screen, looks like Ichabod Crane, making fun of Sean Sullivan, who comes on here and shows his face, looks like a good guy, a hardworking, decent man, and you got a low life like Common Sense making fun of him. That's what you have, people. So guys that could sit home all day like Common Sense, not work, sit on the couch, pretend that he's a lawyer, makes fun of a hardworking man like Sean Sullivan, and he couldn't even carry one of Sean Sullivan's balls. So I've been waiting to say that and get it off my chest. I'm going to try to be as nice as I can today. I was also abandoned by Tom LaVecchia. Oh, Tom LaVecchia. Let me tell you something about Tom LaVecchia. And while I'm getting these things off my chest, I'm just going to get them off my chest. Tom LaVecchia has been in every chat room talking negative shit about me for the last 3-4 days with little smile emojis and shit. So that's as much as I trust Tom LaVecchia. You learn a lot, people, when you're up against the wall and people are kicking you in the face. That's when you learn the most about who's what. We're still waiting for the so-called Raimondi evidence. Don Vito, that's a great question. I appreciate you saying that. We'll get back to that. The truth is a victim of wrench case. Okay, no viewers owe a duty of loyalty to any content creator. That's true. They have no loyalty, but they can be respectful in Florida. Calling people a drug addict, child molester, it's easy for people to say horrible things about other human beings that ain't true. Child molester, once again, there's certain shows. I'll give you an example. There's one show that runs shows about me all the time because he has no content. But that's what he does, and he has people to watch. So for him, it's good business. I can understand that. You guys need to cut Lee some slack. Think about how we reacted last time you got caught lying about. Let me tell you something. Whether you guys give me slack or nothing, it's not going to have anything to do with what happens in my life. Either you can come on. Do you guys remember, like up until a couple weeks ago, you guys used to come here, the chat room would be full and everybody be having a good time. But then what happened? The trolls showed what they were. And they started, and they just flipped totally on me, like it was nothing. My biggest mistake was trusting them. It was a big mistake. And I shouldn't have done that. It's unfortunate because they used to have a good time in here. Now, I guess they'll have a good time at Joe's show or somebody else's show. But, this is where they used to hang out. John, you're negative, honest, and crazy. U.S. Army veteran, thank you for your service, of course. Lee, spilling the truth. I appreciate that, Vinny. Darren, C4. Darren, how you doing? No woman in your life? She chewed through the ropes? Yeah, Darren, that's exactly what she did. She chewed through the ropes. It was, I don't know whether I'm a kidnapper, child molester, or drug addict. I'm trying to figure out which one it is. Okay. I don't take drugs, people. There's no drugs the only drugs I have in my system is for my heart. They just started me on a new pill and for my blood pressure. And my heart pill is like a blood pressure pill. That's it. That's the medication I take. No pain medication. So you got one clown here that continuously talks about people taking pain medications. But when a druggie calls me a druggie, I have no issues with that because they got to look in the mirror. But I can honestly say there are no drugs in my system that are illegal. There's no pain medication in my system. Have I taken pain medications? People, I've had back surgery, I've had stomach surgery, I've had ankle surgery, and I have had vertebrae surgery. Of course, I've taken pain pills. It's part of the requirements, but I always got off of them. Always. Boston, don't challenge people to fist fights. Canarsie debates. Hey, listen. Canarsie hasn't been busting my balls through this whole thing. I have no issues with Canarsie. I only wish him the best. Arcu's launching a Mob TV and Larry Mazza is the programming manager. Hey, you got to give Larry Mazza credit because out of all the guys that cooperated, I think Larry Mazza is by far doing the best. And then I've had some people. I did a video the other day about Larry Mazza losing a fight. He got punched in the face. It was a sneak shot. He didn't really lose a fight, but he did get beat up. And then I was told it's not true. Then you got to tell Jerry Capisci it's not true. And Jerry Capisci, when he writes information, he gets good information. And basically, I rode with the information by Jerry Capisci. Until they can prove Jerry Capisci wrong, I'll stick with that. I'll stick with my story. Vinny, you got to give it some time, but definitely, I will definitely put it under consideration. Larry Mazza met a bunch of guys for some major network. Lee, you should have gone, man. Okay, once again, Boston Bill. I could have gone and I could have died. Does anybody get that? Okay, people keep saying that, but my health is more important. But I'll talk about that whole thing with California. Just let me get through some of this. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. Tim Reed. What the fuck is Tim Reed doing here? Watch Tim. Hey, Sean, watch Tim Reed. Please. I trust him as far as I could throw him, too. Oh, George Finn, do you think it might be you, Lee? I mean, what you do? Hell yeah, George Finn. Of course, it's some of the things I do. That doesn't mean that I deserve to be called a child molester, drug addict, and a kidnapper, does it? Think about it. There's some vicious shit being said here about people. A lot of lies. 50, I'm going to say what? I'm sorry. Probably 90% of the shit that is said about me on here are lies. Total 100% lies. But I got to listen to them because that's what people do. But it doesn't bother me. I'm still here. I'm not going anyplace. Because you're blessed, St. Elizabeth. That's why you got noticed. God said, let me send St. Elizabeth a little message for the show. So, St. Elizabeth, consider yourself lucky. Okay. I have no issues with Lee for when I've seen safaris in America. Yes, I'm very much an American patriot. I'm a more American patriot than that other clown. Hey, Paps. Hey, Tracy Tobin. How you doing? Danny Stories. Lee, at the end of the day, the content creator, just do me a favor. Got to take care of yourself. Yeah, I've been taking care of myself. And you're right, Danny. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, right. I blame Adam Kadam for it all. Luckily, he is gone. He's gone and he's back in his bigger and better version. He'll do a video tonight saying Lee calls back and he's still, something negative. But you know what? That's John. We'll deal with it. It's done in the real world, so not YouTube. People now just know how to be decent people. I had a woman scream at me for holding the door open for her. Did she say that you were like a male chauvinist pig for holding the door? They That was the funniest fucking thing in the world. A fucking nicotine patch. Those are the things you hear. No, I didn't say that at all. I don't know. See that? Let me tell you something. I wouldn't say that about the man because I don't know that. If he wants to say that about me, he can, but I wouldn't say that. I have no evidence, no proof whatsoever that that man does anything illegal. That's it. So Tim's trying to start trouble already, being a little bitch that he is. Okay. I was number one fan, and now he admits the only Reds that I'll screw him. Yet he knifed me, everyone else in the back. Why would you do that? How did this help your show? The truth. Okay. Well, we'll let you. You can have your conversation in there, the truth. John, I love pain meds. Hey, John, I love pain meds not too, but I don't take them. Who doesn't love pain meds? I mean, it's the people that take too many. Pain meds take a lot of pain away from a lot of people that suffer every day. And without pain meds, they wouldn't be able to exist. But the fact of the matter is, I don't take pain meds. You know what's funny? When I do videos and I put something close up and turn the camera on and the light on my camera, then we have this genius, this guy who claims to be a genius, say, look at his eyes. Look how his eyes are all beady. And I'm like sitting there saying to myself, is this guy a fucking moron? Yes, he's a moron. But I'm not going to mention no names because that's what they want. They've been mentioning my name forever now. For they don't understand what algorithm is, so let them keep mentioning my name. That's why my show will never die, because they always mention my name continuously. I hear you, Lee. I'm scheduled for peanut reduction, penile reduction surgery. Well, God bless you, you lucky bastard. Okay. Larry Mazza puts armor all over his face. Bill Jordan. Hey, you know what? Bill's had some issues with me, but to be fair to Bill, he's been decent about it. So, Bill, I'm sure I'm going to be giving you your wrench soon. But I do appreciate you being decent about it. See, Bill had disagreements with me, but he's been professional about it. Sure, he says some negative things. I've spotted them, but he's still been in touch with me. We talk on chat today on Instagram. Good conversation. So, Bill, I appreciate that. Yes, I know that he denounced me in Lefty's chat when someone said you are in his camp. Wow. That's fine. He can do that. And I talked to him about that. He told me how he felt, and I accept it. Lee, why did Stacks and Raimondi say your heart monitor was from a Texas hospital? Well, people, we'll get into that. Okay, let me get through all this. Do you know something? Let me tell you how fucked up this genre is. You got people running around behind the scenes, literally looking to get any little thing on somebody, and then they'll put something out there without the answer. They'll come to conclusions. You know what they'll do? They'll give it to the fucking lemon head, and the lemon head will put it out there. That's what he'll do. You know how many times he says shit, and I'm like, what did he just say? Where did he get that from? Because it was so fucking ridiculous. Lee can take as much. I grew up in an abused household where my mother used to kick my ass from the time of 3. When I was 7, 8 years old, I was in the street every day. Very rarely knew when I was going to eat. Then I went to New York and I grew up in early years in the streets. Do you think that little fuckers in here are going to really take me out? Or people who betray me and say they're my friends and then they do shows on me? Do you think I give a shit about people like that? I don't. It's nothing. You know, when someone dies in your family or something really bad happens in your life, you lose something you love, you lose an animal. Those are things that really matter. Not when some fucker in here says some negative shit about you. The truth, you give Lee some money, he'll give you that wrench. Tim Reed, okay. Tim Reed, it depends how much money it is, Tim. It depends how much money it is. Okay, that's one of the first of all, I want to play a quick video for you. And this is for the people that want me to apologize to them. So here it is, people. Okay, I hope you enjoy this.
From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize.
To absolutely nobody. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize.
To absolutely nobody. You're gonna need a fucking army to come take them belts off me.
Let me give up the little boy belt, and you're not getting the big boy belt.
You gotta wrap one on one shoulder, come take them belts off me. And he's trying to make it like McGregor's this, McGregor's that. We've heard it all before. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize.
To absolutely nobody. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize.
To absolutely nobody. Think what I figured. 4.2 billion to think what I figured. It's my second bill. 4.2 billion to think what I figured. I've already got this one.
Oh, fuck that.
4.2 billion. Where's that second bill? 4.2 billion. I'm sure you'll get your second bill. 4.2 billion. I've already got this one. 4.2 billion this company was sold for. The double check does what the fuck he wants. The double check does what the fuck he wants. The double check does what the fuck he wants. The double check does what the fuck he wants. The double check does what the fuck he wants. Who gives a fuck? The double check does what the fuck he wants. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? I just don't give a fuck. I just don't give a fuck. Fucking pig. I just don't give a fuck. Fucking guilty me. I just don't give a fuck. Fucking pig. Fucking guilty me.
Okay, I got that off my chest. That's for people that think I owe them an apology. Basically, what I want to say, I'll make those people a deal. Come apologize to me for some of the fucking awful remarks that you say in these chat rooms. Okay, the only, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to apologize actually to one person, Angel Gotti, and let me tell you why. Angel and I, we've had our differences. There's no doubt about it. But you know something? When I got sick, she was one of the few people that came in the chat room and actually said something nice. And she said this nice to me despite the fact that we were having trouble. I mean, that we had issues. So that's the only person that I apologize. And Anthony Raimondi, he came out of his way across country. He's 70 years old. I offer him an apology for making him do that. But you know what? Anthony got back everything. I made Anthony more famous than ever. I was the best thing that has happened to Anthony. That guy's doing the tour right now. So, let's remember that too. And as for that, and people said that this was I'm going to tell you another story, people. There's this one person that I talked to, and I knew that this person was talking shit to other people. I gave this person 2 things that were weird things. I told him these 2 things. I wanted to see if it got out to people. I wanted to make sure that he was doing it to me. So I gave him 2 messages. And I'm not going to say who it is or what the messages were. Within about 15 minutes, it was all over the mob genre. So I will never trust that person again. And I just want to let that person know, dude, I set you up when I did that with you, just so you know. I wanted to make sure it was you. And now I know it was you. So that's it. You're not, you come to people as my friend and stuff, and you were out there talking shit behind my back. Everybody could try to figure it out. But you know, I got you red-handed, my man. You're not a trustworthy man. Don't go calling someone up on their phone and talk to them on the phone and act like you're trustworthy. You're not. 2 things I got you on. And I know it was you because they were ridiculous statements that I made to you to see if you put them out there, and you did. Okay, let's put it at. Okay. John Wolf. Lee took $1,000 to make up this lie about the truth. Okay. Let's get another thing. Originally, I did this thing where I asked for people to help with my trip. And then 2 people came to me because they were having certain trouble with another person. And they asked me if I could tell them, ask this person to stop attacking them. And they said to me, if I did this, that they would donate. One was going to give me 500, one was going to give me 200 as part of the money to go on a trip. As basically sponsor my trip. So I agreed. And I shouldn't have done that. What I should have done is ask the person first. So that was my mistake. And what happened? It backfired on me. That's it. That's the truth about that, people. There's no more to talk about. How much money did I actually get out of that? How much money did I get out of sponsorship? $200, not $1,000. You got these clowns running around here saying Lee did this all for money. No, $200, people. And the $200, when I offered to give it back to the person said to me, no, Lee, use it. Give it back to me when you got it. That's what the person said to me. That's it. You got people on here begging for money every day, putting up their chat. I just watched Gunsmoke. He just had a show on, and the first thing he talks about is send me money. First thing he says as soon as his show starts. I have no problem with him doing that, but he does it. And he did a show about me scamming. His show was total lies. The whole show was a scam. It was a lie. $200 was given to me. $200. And personally, it's no one's fucking business. Because I have a show here where I can ask for money. People don't have to give it to me. My biggest mistake was telling that person that I would try to get another person to stop attacking them. I shouldn't have done that. That was my mistake. I wasn't being fair to those 2 people, and I wasn't being fair to the person I was asking. That's the biggest mistake I made in this. It had nothing to do with anything else. But you have so much bullshit being okay. Tracy Tobin. That's extortion or bribery, maybe wire fraud. Shut the fuck up, Tracy Tobin. Okay. A matter of fact, call the FBI. Okay, see, so even when I give the truth, it doesn't matter. But you have people on here. You had one person that literally ran and scammed them other people by doing chat wars. Thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. And that person's going to judge me? Are you fucking kidding me? 200. Lee is talking about 200. Grant never gave me a penny. What are you talking about? John Wolf, you're lying. I'm talking about the $1,000 he took from the person who funded the Wrenchgate to gaslight. What are you talking about, John? You're talking out your ass. John, I don't even know what you're talking about. Are you a retard? See, it's shit like that, people. I have no idea what he's talking about. Wrenchgate? Can someone please tell me what Wrenchgate is? After St. Jude fake robbery donation, Brock fired. Never should have donated to cause on YouTube. No proof to this day that the kid. I don't know what you're talking about right there, Alan Blue. But here's what I'm trying to say, people. Personally, I don't think YouTube should let any of us get any money, period, until we get our shows to at least 10,000, 20,000. I mean, we got these little shows here collecting money left and right. I mean, we don't have to name. We know the shows that are collecting the most money. And my show collected the least money out of the shows here. Do you even see my money apps up right now? You don't even see it. You don't even see it, people. How you guys have been coming in my chat room for how long? You guys know that I don't run my money up here. I used to have one of the people that used to be my friend on this show bust my chops for not putting it up. And I used to tell him, I feel funny putting it up. And then this person helped me put together something for my dog, and it saved Polly's life because of people's kindness. If I could redo everything with the way I handled the whole thing with when I asked for people to help promote my trip, I would do it totally different. Matter of fact, I will never ask for money for anything like that again. Matter of fact, I got my cash apps up and stuff. If people want to donate money to me, they could do it. I'm not asking nobody for nothing ever again. Because all it does is get you in fucking trouble. It makes people mistrust you. And don't get me. And then I hear, oh, Lee's a criminal. Lee's done. I have people telling me I'm a criminal. Yeah, I'm a criminal. I spent half my life as a real fucking criminal. I stole a lot of fucking money in my life. But I never robbed nobody with a gun. I never dealt drugs. I never DUI'd. I never did those bottom level, those bottom level things. I stole money from people, corporations, or firms that I worked for, or places I worked for. I had a $5,000 hotel bill. Does anybody know why I had that hotel bill? Because somebody was homeless, had no place to live. And I used my credit card, and I wind up paying back all that fucking money, doing time. So nobody lost that money. The person that lost, I lost my time on that. People say, oh, he got fraud. I had a judge, when a judge sentenced me for that case, you know what the judge said to me? He said, how the fuck did you pull off that scam? How did you walk into a hotel and get them to forgive you to get them to not run my credit card every night? And it came to $5,000. The judge asked me this. And then they sentenced me. I was sentenced 3 times in that little fucking town. If you're from the city, don't ever go to a little town and do a crime. I'll tell you that much right now, especially in Colorado. In that little town, I was sentenced 3 times. 3 times I went back to jail. And then the district attorney worked out a deal for me. And the 3rd time I went back to court, I was under the assumption they were going to give me a sentence and send me home that day. And the judge says, oh, you're not going home. And I did another 6 months in jail. So that hotel bill cost me $5,000. I paid him back. I paid him back the restitution. I paid him back the fines. And I wound up doing almost a year. That's how much that hotel bill cost me. And that was for someone that needed a fucking home. But nobody wants to get their facts right. Nobody knows the details. They all make up these stories. They got little retards like Tim Reed running around making up fake stories. Okay, now let's get into the kidnapping thing. If anybody here wants to pull up that shit on the kidnapping, anybody could pull it up. It's there. The charges got dropped. Why did the charges get dropped? Because I was in a relationship with the person. I was coming out of a casino. Let me start this story from the beginning. I originally, right after that hotel bill thing, I took off and I went to California. And I was arrested in California. I was sitting with another person at Oceanside, down by the water. All of a sudden, 2 cops came and arrested me. They took me over to San Diego. I got locked up in San Diego. And then I got out on bail in San Diego. And then when I went back to court, they told me they're going to lock you up again today. So I left the courthouse and left. So they sent 2 bounty hunters after me. And they found me at the casino in Colorado with the person I was with. I came out to the casino. I seen the cop cars, and I took off. And then the bounty hunters, and this is all in the newspaper, people. I'm not telling you bullshit. Read the story in the paper. So the bounty hunters were chasing me. The cops pulled the bounty hunters over for speeding. And I got away. And then when we got over to Durango, the person got out of the car and went inside the Walmart, which I told them to do because I didn't want them to get in trouble. And then she called me up to come back. She said, come back and get me. And I came back and got her. You know what happened? The place was swarming with cops. And I got arrested. And if you look at any article, any newspaper articles after that, what happened? It says it in the articles. He was in a relationship with her. And so what happened? The district attorney used that over my head so I would take another charge, like the district attorney always does. But the case got dropped because it would never held up because it wasn't a kidnapping. But you don't hear these things, people. Okay, let's get into the another thing. But let me say Lee again. Okay, well, let's get rid of Tim Reed. He's still a scumbag. So let's just get. We try to give you a chance, you little idiot, but we can't. Okay, so let's get to the next thing. And this is the most disgusting thing, people. People that call people child molesters. See, if you ever do anything to a child, you are on a registry. You know, it's not like it back in the 40s and 50s, you're gonna have people hide shit like that. Never, you know, I am a grandfather. I have grandchildren. And you have these lowlives running around here calling people child molesters. No proof. Because there is no proof. I would kill a child molester. But yet, this is what they do. They go after you, and they go after you for the worst thing possible because they're cowards. That's how they attack. And we all know who started the child molestation shit. And I should have never trusted that person again because they fucked me again. But that's not the case. You learn, you live and you learn. But this is why I refuse to apologize to anybody. Let them motherfuckers apologize to me. Not one person apologized for any of those fucking lies. Not one person. Being on YouTube is not easy, people, especially being in this genre, because there's a lot of mentally ill people. You know, I'm pretty mentally ill, but compared to these other people, these people are truly mentally ill. You know, when you got 4,000 or 5,000 subs and you're running around saying, I'm the big guy, it's 4,000 or 5,000 subs. What are you fucking kidding me? Sammy Gravano has 500,000. Francis is pushing 1 million? MobTube is never having to say, exactly. George, I agree with you. That's why I just said, I'm not saying sorry to nobody. I said sorry to one person, and that was the one person that actually came and asked me and told me to take care of my health, and that was Angel Gotti. And it's not me trying to be friends with Angel Gotti. That's never going to happen. But it was a decent thing. Once Dog saw how slowly he runs, he called his great granddaddy out of the bounty hunter retirement to chase him. That's a good one, Bill. Okay. Okay, so people, I just wanted to get that stuff off my chest. Okay. And I'm going to talk about this one time. It was said that this was planned by Raimondi and me to run this back. That's a lie. It wasn't. Why do you think Raimondi was so pissed? He was pissed because I didn't show up. I got to give the man credit. He's ready to take his beating like a man. So I'm going to let him have his fun. He did it, and we've come to an agreement, and we're going to run this back. It's already set, people. That's just how show business works. Because that company knows, that company is the only company that I have to prove to that I was sick. I don't have to prove it to nobody here. I don't have to prove it to nobody that has shows. That company and Anthony Raimondi when we do the show. That's it. That's the only people I have to prove it to. Nobody else. Okay, what does that say? He had proof that he served and you did not show. No, he has no proof. I'm not going to get into that, John. John, you're talking shit. John, you're a shit talker. You're a good shit talker too. So we'll give you that. No, people, let me tell you something. I can't talk about any of the evidence I have because that's the agreement we made. Both sides. And I'm hoping that he keeps his proof too. Okay. So anyway, if he has proof that he served, he'll show it. But I'm not going to tell you what I have. I have lots of goodies. But I can't help it if I get sick, people. And I can't help it, period. I don't have to explain my sickness to nobody but Sinmill. That's it. And Sinmill will explain it to Raimondi. If Raimondi wants to be mad at me, and I can't stop that. The guy has the right to be mad. He's 70 years old. He traveled across the country. He's not in good health. God bless him. But when we meet, it's not going to be very nice. We're going to go at it. So it's a done deal, and that's that. Boston Bill, the general public deserves proof of you being in a hospital. The general public don't deserve shit from me, Bill. The general public doesn't have to watch me, Bill. You know who deserves shit? Sinmill does. Anthony Raimondi does. End of story. As for everybody else in between, if it bothers you that much, Boston Bill, don't watch me. It's that simple. How come 1 hour video with Rodney doesn't mention any evidence? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not allowed to talk about Raimondi right now. Jeff Lohman is one that started the kidnapping thing. He hinted people towards Colorado. Okay, but Bill Jordan, I would say this. Can someone show me evidence of me being charged and convicted of kidnapping? The police can charge you with anything they want when they arrest you. It happens every day in this country. You got Gotti's getting sentenced to 15 years for stuff a normal person would get sentenced to for 6 to 7 years. The government can do whatever they want. When you get arrested by the police, they can charge you with any charge they want. It happens every day. I'm sure some of you people in here have been charged by the cops for charges that you should not have been charged with. Now, if I'm convicted of it, that's a different story. If I'm even I wasn't even tried for it, people. Do you understand that? They don't drop kidnapping charges. The only time they drop a kidnapping charge is if there's no evidence. What a newspaper writes on the first day of someone's arrested doesn't mean that's going to be what's going to happen once that person goes to court and stuff. You don't think that little town would have charged me with that? That was like being in the fucking vortex. George, what's the matter? You jealous? Get to your point, George. Just come out and ask the question. You're always talking shit. Come on, give us some more. Ask us the questions, George. Don't play. You'll be running back to your little bitch boy over there tonight saying, "Oh, I asked him this, and oh, let me suck your dick and all that shit." Fucking guys. You didn't get sickly. Cho suck. I wish I didn't get sick. Yes, I actually got very sick. Almost died. Do I have to prove that to you? I don't have to prove it to you. I'll prove it to Sin Mill and to Anthony Raimondi. That's it. Because that will become part of our conversation, I'm sure. So what about the heart monitor that was shown on that guy's show? What about the heart monitor? It was a heart monitor that was programmed for the heart place that I go to, which just happened to be Amarillo. The machine's the phone that they give you is a $400 machine. They knew I wasn't going to stay there. So they programmed it back to where I'm going. That's it. It was so innocent. But because you had some fucking lemonhead and his fucking little posse there make up a bunch of bullshit lies, you people believed it. And you still believe it. You know why you believe it? Because you're easy to give bullshit to. Nothing personal. You guys believe anything. You don't question anything. You don't check anything. Like that kidnapping shit. How many of you have even read the articles? There were 3 stories written about that. It was in the front page 3 times. And anybody can go read those stories. But they don't want to. They want to listen to fucking morons. To find out the truth, we're going to have to listen to Raimondi. Don Vito, if that's where you get your truth from, you go right ahead. I can't stop you, Don. I'm sorry, people. That's my dogs barking there. These trolls, no, they don't. And I'm not going to give it. Marley, get over here. Mar. Come here, Marley. That's my lab being a big bitch. Come here, love. Come here. Okay. Polly, good girl. I'm sorry, people. My dogs love me. That's all that matters. Well, my children, 2 of my 3 children at this time love me. Okay. That's right. Canarsie called Lee a kidnapper, a low-budget scammer who loves rats. Why, Boston Bill, why would you bring that up? Canarsie said that about 2 months ago. And since he said that, him and I have agreed not to bother each other. Am I a scammer? I've done some scam shit in my life. There's no doubt. But Boston Bill, let me ask you a question. Are you a scammer? Do we know anything about you? Have you done anything bad in your life? Or are you just one of these guys that run on here and insult people and pretend you're Mr. Good? I doubt it. I was charged with hijacking for breaking into a construction. Oh my gosh. You want to hear a story? I knew this kid that almost had his life destroyed because him and his friends went near a construction site and took something outside the construction site and it was wiring. They put it in their car. They just thought it was outside. The guy and the kid was just ready to go into the military. It almost cost him his military career. But that's how the police are. They can charge you whatever they want to charge you with at any time. Federal Hill, Lee Cole, can you show evidence that you... No, go look for it, Federal Hill. No, call him up. Go look at what the final charges were and what my job... a matter of fact, when I got off probation there, everything was done that I was told to do. Why do you, Bill, if it bothers you that much, and if you're that smart, you can go find that out by yourself. But as for me giving it to you, fuck you. I'm not giving you shit, dude. Go find it yourself. Go do some legwork. Go get some of your little troll friends to do some legwork. Lee is the one who did it. I was his biggest fan at one point. D-Truth, make up your mind. Are you a fan or not? Stop. You're whining and crying here. What are you? Are you a fan? Or are you a whiner and crier? Because right now you're getting kind of monotonous. You keep saying this over and over again. You act like me and you just broke up. We were like in some relationship in Greenwich Village. And I just took you to the coffee shop and I broke your little heart. And now we're broken up. Is that how you feel, D-Truth? Make up your mind. You want to be here or not? It's up to you. No one's forcing you to be here. Lee, you had a problem publishing stories like Mazda being assaulted for committing assault with only one court. You can't complain if you do it, man. Actually, Boston Bill, why do I even answer you? It's obvious that Boston, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to even pull up your things anymore because it's obvious you're one way. Okay, this guy. Arthur Stewell got blocked, people. Lemonhead, who's Lemonhead? Claudio, Lemonhead, who's Lemonhead? Stack said on a screenshot from the Vegas video showing you had prior heart condition. So was this a brand new problem? It was oh my God, I accidentally pulled Bill again. John Wolf, you're right. There's no recorded phone calls of D-Truth and Lee talking because they never spoke with each other via phone. I don't even know who D-Truth is. I have no idea. Oh, Arthur is a scrotum licker. He is a scrotum licker like Gunsmoke is when it comes to Lemonhead. When we question you, you get yelled at though. What the fuck? Speaking, Bill, I'm still letting you stay in here, man. You're talking. Can you imagine if somebody was in FBS's room saying this shit to him? I'm sorry, I meant Lemonhead. Can you imagine if somebody was in his room talking this shit to him? He'd be blocked already. Carlos the Wrench Whore would have blocked you a long time ago. Joey Electric. See, Joey, the truth, that's why I only like Bay 8th on here. The rest are fake. But do you remember who really called out Bay 8th the most when his show started, Joey Electric? Do you remember what show that Bay 8th used to come on all the time? And I used to always call him out? It was me, Joey. It was nobody else. It was my show. But you probably forgot about that too. Okay. They made it seem like you left Texas. You didn't leave. I left Texas, people. Do you think I give a shit what Stax says? Stax has a fucking gangster looking for him right now. Stax has his own problems. One thing I respect about Stax. Let me tell you what I respect about Stax. There's two names that get Stax views. My name and Raimondi's name. And he'll use them for whatever he can to get his views. He doesn't care because if he didn't have those two names, he would get 200-300 views a video. And that's on a good day. So smartly, What does Stacks do? He uses my name or he brings in his big boy. You got to give it to him. But as for him judging me as a human, oh God, I could tell you shit about Stacks, but I'm not gonna, because I'm not like Stacks. Okay, Stacks and I, we had our debate a long time ago. I played that video of him getting beat up in his house. I don't need to do no more. Okay, people, I just got something I want to read you. This is from Jeff Canarsie, people, and this is why I don't listen to people. And just what Jeff Canarsie says. Jeff Canarsie says, I never called you a scammer, never, not once. And I believe you, Jeff. Your chat is lying. Bill Jordan and Boston Bill, I blocked a long time ago. Don't give these assholes any time. Bill Jordan is mad because I blocked him for talking shit about you in my chat. Facts. Jeff Canarsie, thank you for that. See, I do talk to Jeff Canarsie, people. Jeff Canarsie and I have put our issues to the side, and that's that. You know, so here I am doing a show with you, and Jeff Canarsie's texting me because he hears bullshit going on in the chat room. And this is the thing I see all the time in Lemonhead's chat room. People say things in his chat room all the time. They'll say, hey, Lemonhead, Lee said this, Lee said this. And instead of him like questioning it, he believes it right away. And he doesn't question it. He just says, oh, well, fuck him. He said this, he said that. Because he's easy for the trolls to fuck with. Okay. I'm enjoying these questions, people. Keep them coming in. Hey, you guys, I said I wasn't going to come back and answer the questions. I'm sorry I disappointed you, but I'm back. Oh, fucking, look at G-Truth. He needs a hug. Arthur Stallwell. When you agree with Arthur Stallwell, G-Truth, there's something wrong with you. Arthur Stallwell is the lowest life scumbag out of all the trolls in all these rooms, except maybe Tim Reed. I think it is Tim Reed. But anyway, Arthur Stallwell, Tim Reed, if you're looking for bottom of the level barrel type of scumbags, and D-Truth, are you saying that you agree with like a low life like Arthur Stallwell? A guy that's been stalking me for before I even came into this genre? A guy that said my brother killed himself because of me? Is that what you're trying to say, D-Truth? Is that who you're agreeing with? A guy like Arthur Stallwell? Go right out. You enjoy him. Lee, there are troponine's elevated when you went. Dude. Raimondi may not have been a mobster before, but since Chase Lee from Cali, he got a button now. Okay, Boston, if that makes you happy, listen, I am willing to give the man the victory in round one. Okay? And anybody that wants to jump on his side and believe him, go right ahead. But you're going to regret it. Okay. No, Vinny, it's not. No, here's what happened, Vinny. The show started, and we have a bunch of people in here that were cool. And now Lemonhead's people have gotten, oh, wait, let's get over there. So Lemonhead's people come over here. So they're here now. But, you know, unlike Lemonhead's chat room where the wrench whore blocks everybody, you only get blocked here if you're real bad. Yes. How we forget about the Brian Neary scam? Remember that, people? The man that collected so much money. He wanted to pay his electric bill and stuff and didn't pay it. A man that just disappeared out of the blue. He disappeared. He went with the other guys too. Billy Jack. All those guys disappeared. And I'm the scammer. I'm the scammer. Sorry, Lemonhead. I'm still here. So, Lee, what's up with this new thing between you and that Cuban guy from nothing? I watched the show this morning. It was very entertaining. We worked things out. I think the guy has a good show if he sticks with if he sticks with his own thing and does his own thing. He did real time. He's an entertainer. He's coming in. You got to remember, these guys had successful, they've had successful shows before. They know how to entertain. They know who to go after to help their show. And that's pretty much it. I have no problem with him whatsoever. I did a show on him, busting his chops. And he did a show on me. Whoop-de-doo. Russia, yeah, right. Okay. We even show the phone. It was connected to the heart monitor. Grow up, people. Yeah. It doesn't matter, Vinny. It went from I didn't have a heart condition to I have a heart condition, but just not in Las Vegas. I had it in Texas. Marley, cut it out. Come here. So, you know what it is? So think about it. And then, you even heard that I had a smoke thing, like a nicotine patch on my chest. The fucking shit, man. It's unbelievable. Mr. Cole, hope you're doing well. I really got disappointed because of the debate with Predict the Wind. The debate is going to happen, just so you do know. And I want to tell you people another thing. Do you know how many people in this genre have gotten a hold of Sid Mills begging for a show over there? I could tell you who they are, but I'm not gonna. Do you know how many people, they were knocking, Molly! Sorry. Do you know how many people in the beginning? I have a nursery next to me. Yes, a nursery, people. I live next to a nursery. It's right in front of me. Well, anyway, there's this nursery here, and the kids are outside right now. Okay. That'll give people something to talk about. Lee lives near a nursery. John Wolf. Sure, I'm a big fan of All Sopranos. Episode 1990. This is why YouTube, where I hint on every video that Who isn't a big fan of The Sopranos? The Sopranos was a great show. I mean, I can't play this. I'm not going to put up anything from that asshole. You shouldn't be on here with fraud conviction. This YouTube is a ripe, juicy fruit for swindlers and flim-flam artists. Tracy Tobin. I'm glad you put that up here. That means this genre wouldn't even exist. So this is where people like Tracy Tobin are dumbasses. Tracy Tobin, do you realize that this is the mafia genre? Do you realize that the people you follow, like John A. Light, Sammy Gavano, Michael Francis, all these people, what were they? Swindlers and flim-flam artists. That's what they were. They were criminals. The same people that you look up to, you're knocking. So Tracy Tobin, you're a fake. So Tracy Tobin, you're actually the flim-flam artist. What would you be doing in the mafia genre if you didn't want to be around criminals? Think about it. But you're not going to think because you talk out your ass. But there's no point in taking sides at all. We're all strangers unless someone disrespects me. I'll watch. David, couldn't have said it better. You watch who you want to watch. It's none of my business who watches Lemonhead. It's none of my business who watches Joe or any of these guys or Stacks. None of them. It's none of my business. And I don't really care who watches them. But I do care when they go after people and they got big, long past themselves. When I got a drug addict, a drug dealer, and a guy that's drunk driver attacking my character, I got a problem with that. Because to me, as a human being, the worst things you could be is a drunk driver, a drug addict, or a drug dealer, or a rapist. Those are the 4 things I put there. I'm none of those. But you have people on here that are those. And then they judge people. If you deal drugs to kids, if you deal drugs on a street corner and you're judging me and you did this shit, say, years, and then you're judging me, I got one thing to say to you. Go fuck yourself. Lee, what else can I say? You blew it with Raimondi. John Wolf, you just don't understand entertainment, do you? I figured a smart guy like you would understand entertainment a little bit better. Lee, you said you only 200. Show us some proof. Once again, it's me. I don't have to show you no proof. Do you understand that? Here's the thing. Go find proof. Go find receipts. Go find someone that could show you bank evidence of them sending me money. One person could. Or a couple of people that sent money to help with Polly. That's it. As for me showing you proof, kiss my ass. No proof. Should I go back to the Conor McGregor thing? Go watch that video, please. Lee got $200 for the trip, and he got who got $1,000? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, John. What are you talking about, John? You want to come on here and tell me what you're talking about? I got $1,000 to gaslight the truth. This sounds like a fantasy being made up. Do you have proof? No, you have no proof because it never happened. Carlos only blocks men. You know what? If you want to go on that show, you could say whatever you want. And if you pretend you're a woman, Carlos is going to let you stay in there. There's no doubt about that. He's a horny Puerto Rican. But anyway. Well, if he left there, Carlos did the smart thing, and then I'll leave him alone. Bingo, John Wolf. Bingo. Every sub I got, I earned. And Lemonhead once again said last night that I didn't. He's a fucking liar. Every sub that I got is a real sub that I earned. Never have I gotten anything for nothing. Not everybody around here could say that. There's people buying subs, buying views, and buying likes. I'm not one of those people. Never bought any of those. One minute I'm told that I'm broke, I have no money, I'm fucking, I can't pay my bills or whatever. Then I'm being accused of buying subs. And who calls me, accuses me of buying subs? Who else? Fucking Lemonhead. Why? Because he hates the idea that maybe I built my show honestly. Because that's what I did. I built my show honestly. But people don't want to hear that. They want to think everybody's like that. Right now, you don't see me saying to you, oh, I'm going to leave my show right now because not enough of you have given me money. You don't see me saying that, do you? All right, it's all right, Lee. You don't have to worry about D-Truth. He's already in a relationship with John Wolf. John Wolf doesn't bother me. John Wolf is John Wolf, At least he's straight up. I'm so confused. Oh, you think you're confused? I'm fucking confused too, Teresa. Lee, your friends are being attacked by trolls. Maybe you should just apologize. I just did apologize. I just played an apology video. I can't do no more. Matt, how you doing? I appreciate you being here. I think D Wolf is. Listen, when it comes to John, I put nothing past him. Jenny Patterson, highly in the chat. Just got back to work. I haven't missed too much. No, I don't. You may have missed a little, Jen. I got a funny feeling you got to watch this from the beginning. I played my apology video. Vinny the Weasel. Why? Because I'm a John Wolf fan as well. At least John Wolf doesn't sell me down the river for $1,000. The truth. What the fuck are you talking about? $1,000, please. Who has gotten in your head and put this bullshit lie in your head about $1,000? Someone paid me $1,000. Whoever sent me that $1,000, I haven't received it yet. Can you please get back in touch with me, and I will give you my information to send that $1,000, please. Please stop. Lee, stop with the drama. You're here to answer your stuff, not talk smack. Cat litter. Kiss my ass. How's that? Is that smack? Okay. Tracy told me, do you mean that nobody should be on here with fraud convictions? You've been paying attention? Exactly. Lots of fraud going on here. Money scams all over. And Tracy Tobin is in the biggest scammers chat room. The biggest scammer on here. Has been involved in multiple scams. And they're going to talk about me receiving $200. Two. From one person that agreed to it. Never did I receive another penny. Never. And if anybody tells you I received another penny, they are fucking lying to you. Tell them to show the receipts. There are none. Never happened, people. Did I make mistakes with it? I sure the fuck did. I will never do it again. I will never ask for money again, ever. If people want to send me money, they could do it through YouTube. Mob genre equals playing the victim, insult viewers, and begging constantly instead of... See, Joey Electric, he's on some kind of medication. Because 1 minute Joey Electric's your friend, and the next minute he's not. So, Joey, did you take your meds today? God, it feels good to be back. Perhaps you were targeted for being a wolf. I don't know who would target him. David, hey, buddy, can you mate? Cat Litter TV, Lee, please leave the drama behind. There's no drama here, people. I'll do a live show once, maybe twice a week. Come on here and listen to a lot of shit. Take it like a man, and then I'll put down real videos. Did anybody notice that I just put down 2 really solid videos? And tomorrow I'm putting down a video about the Tanglewood Boys. And if you guys know who the Tanglewood Boys are, they were part of the Yonkers group. They were kids that were involved. Their fathers were in the mafia, and they did some really bad things. A matter of fact, Dominic Crea, who runs that place. I'm sorry, Dominic, for forgetting. Well, anyway, his brother was in that gang also, Stephen Crea. Not Dominic, Stephen Crea was in it, and along with many really tough guys. One guy is now an active captain from the Tanglewood Boys. I'm going to be doing a story about the Tanglewood Boys tomorrow, some murders they were involved with, and I'm going to be putting that video up. So I don't get as many views when I drop videos. When you do lives, you're always going to break 2,000. When you don't do lives, like if I drop a video, like my first one got 2,000, and the one yesterday is like 1,100 right now. It'll go up. But more people prefer lives. But I'm only going to do 1 or 2 lives a week. That's it. Bay, I'm not Mexican ace. Okay. I don't even know what you're talking about. Lee, you got punked by Raimondi and you exposed for lying about being sick. You stuck a nicotine patch on your chest and you had a heart attack because you were scared of Raimondi. OG, you're right. I admit it. Does that make you feel better, OG? Now, when you get this story right, come back and talk to me. But for now, go back to your little lemonhead boy and lick his scrotum. I don't know who Jeff was in the room, but Jeff said what he had to say. Lee, you should pull Bill Jordan's wrench and hand it to me. Yeah, cat litter. The chance of me handing you something is never. I'm just going to let you know that. You don't wear pants during streaming? Is that? Oh, I get it. Lee Cole, do I know about your history with Stillwell? You just mentioned it today. How can you get mad after how you turned your back? The truth, I didn't turn my back on you. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Dude, you need love. You need a hug. I didn't turn my back on you, dude. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. If you think I turned my back on you, I don't know what to say. But one thing I do know, my old troll friends that used to come in here and used to hang out, none of them are here. You know? I did nothing to them, but they're not here no more. Here. Okay. That gives you a show, Lemonhead. Here. Okay. I'm trying to pick up. Okay, Eric Oates. This is a new names. I didn't see this. I'm a middle class man, just a regular guy. You lost my support. You clearly lied. Okay, Eric. I'm sorry that. But if I lost your support, can I ask you a question, Eric? What are you doing here right now? You're giving me a view. So in actuality, I didn't lose your support. So you're just talking shit. David, doesn't anyone want to laugh or even have some education on here? Some folks are very mean. David, you have no idea. The anger level, men and women on here, is so bad. And the lies they say, the things that they judge you, they think they know people. You know, it's unbelievable. You know, my sister watches my show and my brother-in-law watch my show. And I love my sister. We grew up together, same age. And she knows what type of person I am. And she hears this stuff and she goes like, why do you even deal with this? Because I enjoy doing my own show. I'm not going to let some trolls and scumbags chase me away. I'm not going to let Lemonhead chase me away. I will stay here as long as Lemonhead's here. No way will I do. Okay, now here's a good question. Jacoby Ansel, who signed that hat? Is that Joe Biden? First of all, I can guarantee you that I'm more of a Trump supporter than you are. But Jimmy Hart's on this hat, along with Jimmy Hart's on one side and Ric Flair's on the other. My sisters, you know, my family that hates me, according to Lemonhead, they were down in Florida, and they went into Hulk Hogan has a restaurant / bar there. They went in there. They met Hulk Hogan, who also gave him another hat autographed. Ric Flair was there. The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, was there. And they called me up and asked me, Lee, do you want a hat? So I said yes. And I wear it because I like the way it looks, but it has autographs on it. I actually shouldn't wear it because Ric Flair's autograph is probably actually worth something because he's Ric Flair. You know, second greatest wrestler ever. Only if you paid $1,000. Okay. What the people collecting the money for him? Okay. Stop at like Lee isn't tough. He couldn't make it from Vegas to Cali. However, the next day he drove back to Texas. Stop dissing him. This must be FBS. What do you think, people? David, does Lee look like a professor where we here for laugh? Jeff Loman of Virginia. Okay, how am I going to get into that? That Cuban guy is just silly. Well, he could take his show, Don, he could take a show in two directions. He could be serious and do a good show, or he could just stay where he is now. That's up to him. I like to see anybody with a new show come along is a good thing for the genre. Haley, I take offense to the lemon head. I've been called that and mongoloid my whole life. Ha ha ha. Okay. It was a nicotine patch. Okay. We'll let them keep getting that in here, okay? About the Nick. You know why I'm putting up that nicotine patch thing? Because it sounds so stupid. Do you understand that? I don't smoke. I wouldn't even put up anything that has to do with nicotine on me. You know who smokes? Well, I'm not going to. There's some good people that smoke, but in general, smoking, I wouldn't even let a smoker in my house. If a smoker, I had a friend that came to visit me and he smelled like a cigarette and he lasted one day. I just don't like people that smoke. I think it's an ugly habit. And you sit in cars and people that have kids smoke in houses and they just don't care about other people. Back in the 50s and 60s, mothers and fathers used to be smoking in the front seat, have all the windows rolled up and their kids sitting in the back seat. John Wolf, are you in love with Nicosio Connection? You keep saying his name. Look, 1, 2, 3 times. Nicosia is welcome to come on here if he wants. Lee, this is the ECW. The ECW is actually a pretty exciting league. Why would Raimondi or anyone else agree to meet you anywhere? Not anyone with common sense. People, when I didn't show up in California, who did that really help? Who did that give a big burst of energy to? It sure the hell wasn't me. So sometimes people are good for other people. I don't think that's true. Do you have an example of who they're letting in? I mean, I just don't agree with you. You sound like you are a lemonhead simp, but I'm just asking you. Take a drug test. Why? What is me taking a drug test going to do for you, Eric? Is it going to make you happy? See, now all of a sudden the simps have come in here from Lemonhead show. They're welcome though. I'll play with them because that's all it is playing. See, you simps, can you imagine my simps went to his show? That's what he would call them, simps. And they tried to get in and talk to him. He would cut them off and block them. Right, Eric? John Wolf has no loyalty to nobody. That's what I like about John Wolf. John Wolf will go after anybody. Lee, whatever you do, don't abuse your dogs. You seem like you built up anger. I have never touched my dogs once, ever. There's 2 things I can honestly say. I've never hit a dog and I've never hit a woman. If you could prove otherwise, show me the receipts. He'll go, oh, you kidnapped him. That doesn't mean I hit him. Gloria Trilla was so hot she caused men in this live stream to spill their seed. Okay. Okay, let's see. Jen. Suburban people who drive after a few too many are worse than kidnappers and scammers. Yes, they are. Do you know how many people drunk drivers kill a day? Do you know how many people how many families and kids are killed because of drunk drivers? Cat litter TV. I know who you are, by the way. But anyway, do you know how many people destroy lives because they drunk drive? You can't even imagine. So anybody that sticks up for a drunk driver is a piece of shit. I can give you an example in my life where drunk drivers have hurt people that I loved. But how about a car? How about a car full of kids that get killed because some guy's drunk? Is that okay for you? What you cat litter? Lee, I understand it perfectly. This will not benefit your career at all, John Wolf. Okay. Listen, I can guarantee you one thing: I won't lose subs. My show will only grow, and it will continue to grow. That's what I can guarantee you. The police don't charge you. The DA determines if charges are warranted and not based on preponderance of evidence. Philly, you're actually right about that. So I can't. You're absolutely right about that. The police do arrest you, but the police charge arrest people all the time, put charges on them, and the DA agrees with them. So if you don't think that happens, Philly, you must live in a very weird world. If you're from Philadelphia, if that's your name, you should know how many people get charged by the police and the district attorney keeps those charges on there. Happens all the time. Oh, this was some of the best video. John Wolf posted a video of you. It was one of the funniest videos I've ever watched. Was when John Wolf voodooed me. The only video funnier than that was when uh, what's his name? Sonny was laying on a bed watching the video of John Wolf voodooing me. And he was laughing so hard he rolled off the bed. Those were classic videos by John Wolf. That was in the very beginning, John, when things were a lot more fun than they are now. Well, Jenny, I appreciate that. You've always been a true uh, fan of the show, and I always appreciate that. John Wolf, it's the only explanation. I've never talked bad about Lee anywhere. When I had a wrench, I never misused it or blocked it. People like that. I was the first. The truth, I'll give you your wrench back. That's all. I didn't take the wrench from you, the truth, because I just took it from you because I was having trouble with the trolls. I never considered you a troll. I will give you your wrench back. Good things. Hope you're doing okay, buddy. I'm doing very good, actually. As soon as I'm here, I'm going to be driving to Amarillo. As soon as I'm done here. Lee, that's funny though. Lee, Lemonhead said that you only went to Sin Mills because you thought it was Cinnabon. If he said that, kudos. That's a good one. I have no trouble with good cracks. But if you can't look in the mirror and you're like goofy and ugly, don't be making fun of other people. I'm a 61-year-old man. And I'll tell you what, the people that make fun of me and they're in their 40s won't make my age. Do I look like I'm going to die tomorrow, people? My skin color is good. Change my medication, and it has made me feel so much better. And when I'm done here, I'll get in my car, go to Amarillo, and you know what I'm going to have? A gyro. I drive 30 miles to get a gyro. So that gives you trolls something else to talk about. But I drive out of my way for good food. Philly 33458. Why should I give you a call out? I guess that's a call out, Philly, but why? Do you have a channel? I don't know, Philly. But if you do have a channel, I call you out your show. Let's see. And to start rumors that he sent emails and phone nails to you, yet you won't provoke. What are you talking about, John? Proof you supposed to. What are you talking about, John? John is such a shit stirrer. John, I have no idea what you're talking about. John, you have my email. You definitely have my phone number because you doxed me one time, remember? Please email me, John, and tell me what the fuck you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. John Wolf forgets the fact that he doxed my phone number one time. None of your troll friends are here. I'm still here because I was never. I know that the truth. I just said that. Telling me insensuous jokes or laughing at John Wolf doesn't make me a troll. No, I don't consider you the truth a troll. I already told you I'll give you back your wrench. Dylan McKay. Lee, what happened? Dylan, where the hell you been? This show's been going on for an hour and 36 minutes, and you finally get your ass here. You don't deserve an answer. Now you got to go back and watch it from the beginning, Dylan. Vinny, I appreciate that. At least I gave Lemonhead a show tonight. Lemonhead thought I was gone, that I wasn't going to come back. Surprise, Lemonhead, I'm back. Apparently someone has $1,000 to spend, says that he's being a big... Yeah, I'd like to know who the fuck it is that John's talking about. John, I got to give you credit, man. You're good. When you get people to believe that shit, you're good. If I had $1,000, I wouldn't give it to nobody. Nobody. I pay my bills. That's what I basically do. And then I have a little bit of money left. And then I make a little bit of money with YouTube. That's it. And it's like I said, I made a big mistake by ever trying to get anything, any type of help with my ride. Did I leave Amarillo? Yes. Did I go to Las Vegas? Yes. It doesn't matter what anybody says. Did I get sick? Yes. That's it. So if you want all these investigators coming up with things like, oh, Lee's phone had Amarillo cardiology. You know what I had a person, I seen a person in the chat room saying that they were calling cardiologists in Amarillo to try to find out whether I was part of the whether I had a heart issue. First of all, it's called HIPAA. You can't, they would never give you that information. You're a troll and you were lying. You were in a chat room, and half the idiots in there probably believed you. Lee took me to vote, and we both voted Biden. Yeah, people that know me know that I would never vote Joe Biden. So you're talking out your ass right there. That's a fact. I will proudly say that I voted for Donald Trump 6 times. Now they're going to go, Lee admits to fraud. He voted for Trump 6 times. Well, people voted 20 times for Biden, didn't they? Dylan. Lee, is it true that you're secretly progressive and watch the Young Turks every night? I don't know. Come on, guys. You know me. What do you think? I disclosed to you a long time ago that somebody was a liberal and they denied it. And now all they do is talk about how liberal they are. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about. If you remember when that happened, that was the first time we debated. And I said, you're a liberal. He goes, no, I'm not. I'm not a liberal. Because he didn't have enough balls to admit what his political affiliation was. He didn't have the guts. even though I knew what his political affiliation was. How soon we forget. Lee, do you know Honky Tonk Man? I met him. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up here, guys. As a smoker, I tend to agree with you, Lee. It's a nasty habit for sure. And listen, I'm not, if people smoke, they smoke, but I just think it's a nasty habit. I spent half my life working in restaurants, and I remember when I first started in restaurant business, they used to smoke in the restaurants. I remember growing up and they smoked on trains, and they had a smoker car on trains, and you couldn't even see when you walked into the train. I mean, they used to smoke everywhere. It's nothing like that no more. That's the only liberal thing very few liberal things I like. But that was one of the liberal things that was good. That was a stupid thing for Republicans to fight at that time, saying, oh, they're taking our rights away from us. No, nobody else should smoke because you smoke. Lee, talk about the Brian Neary scam and the people who defrauded people and collected money under his name. John, why don't you do a video on it? You're good at doing videos. Do a video on it. Hey, people, ask John to do a video on it today. If it's something you want to talk about, you talk about it. But all I know is Brian Neary is taken off. We don't even know see him anymore. Remember, he used to always be on here? Okay. Hey, people, you know where I got to go when this is over? I got to Amarillo, to the heart specialist. John Wolf, just kidnapped, not battered. See, that's funny shit, John. I'll put that up. Cats suck ass. Okay? Cats are something you have. This is the truth. Liberals have cats, conservatives have dogs. It's like a baseball fan in New York. Conservatives like the Yankees, liberal like the Mets. Most of my friends who are liberal are Met fans. I'm a Yankee fan. Most of my friends who are Yankee fans are conservative. Why is that? And why do conservatives have dogs and most liberals have cats? Because a liberal's like a cat. Sneaky, devious, looking to take something of yours that doesn't belong to them. Wait, that sounds like me. Okay, well, anyway. Yes, I do. A matter of fact, I will give that out right now. P.O. Box 608, Panhandle, Texas, 79068. P.O. Box 608. Don't send me no bombs, nobody. P.O. Box 608, Panhandle, Texas, 79068. I said that twice just in case you want to roll this tape back to there, Vinny. But no bombs, Vinny. No bombs. I love smoking, Lee. I will never quit. Mix good old days when they used to smoke on talk shows and on the airplane. Bill, I understand what you're saying, but I see my father lose a lung to it. I seen a few members of my family die of cancer from him. It's a horrible death, especially lung cancer, Bill. Lung cancer is a horrible, horrible way to die. But I remember when my father got his lung taken out because of smoking. That was back in the 80s. And that was before they had all this technology. And they had to cut through the rib cage and open it up. And they had to remove the lung. And he lived 7 years after that. But to lose your lung because of cigarettes. What's worse than that is when you get emphysema. And then you have emphysema and you can hardly breathe, but yet you want to smoke. You know, I'm fat. I don't want to have emphysema too. Cat litter. You just said you know who I am. How did you find out? I'm John Wolf. Who are the other John Wolfs? Okay, cat litter. Alan Blue. I had friends donate too. Yes, Alan, you did. But you still run back to the very show that pulled that scam. Can you imagine them fuckers over at that channel calling me a scammer after all the shit they did? All the stuff they've done. Have people pretend they're people that jack up money and donations. Maddie, how you doing? Appreciate it. Brooklyn guy stole from a charity. Say it ain't so. Brooklyn guy needs to show receipts for that. Do you have evidence that he did? See, that's the question. What is your evidence? I don't know whether he did or didn't, but what is your evidence? Some people said that, called me a scammer and accused me of doing shit all the time that I don't do. So I can't believe that. But there's actual evidence of this other show scamming people. Things could have been fun, Lee. You've ruined it by cutting off all your best fans. Who are my best fans, D-Truth? Trolls that betray me? Those are my best fans? If they were my fans, they would have stuck by me. I wonder, is this the real Bay 8th? Can someone find out? And if it is, what's going on, my man? I heard that he participated in another fundraiser for a smaller amount of money. I don't know who that is, John, but according to these guys, I'm the only one that is a scammer around here, and they're all sweet and innocent. And they got their fucking hands out. The minute their show starts, they got their hands out. And all they do throughout their whole fucking show is beg for money. They're literally begging for money. Oh, he pretended to collect from a charity and scam the donors. John Wolf, if you don't cover that, we think you are a member of the crime. So, yeah, John, you know what? Instead of trying to get me to cover it, pull up your ball sack or do with Buffalo Bill did and do a show. The truth, I don't have to forgive you for anything because I was never mad at you, dude. And I told you, next show I will give you your wrench back. Haley, I got your back, brother. FBI. Well, Chicago Muscle, you're doing a good job on him. I'll tell you that much. But we got to start calling him Lemonhead. Take his name. He has new names for everybody. Like he gave you a new name, Chicago. So how about if we just call him Lemonhead? You know, I'm Big Tex. At least he's nice to me. Big Tex, you know. But what the fuck? What is funny is the person who asks is the bad guy, Lev. The captain. I don't believe you, Lee. Captain, I don't give a shit. Do you understand that? Did you see my video I played in the beginning? Please go back, watch it. That'll tell you how much I care whether you believe me or not. If you want to watch my show and be a fan, great. But if you can turn on me for something so minor, you were never my fan. So you're just full of shit. Hey, Bay 8th, you doing a show tonight? Somebody wants to know. Stephen Valley, how you doing? Yes, Lee, GB, I love the channel. First thing I'm glad, Stephen. You've always been very, very nice guy, and I appreciate it. John's been here the whole show. John's back, boy. How's things down there in the Big Easy, John? Oops, I just doxed you. But anyway, how's everything in the Big Easy, Johnny? John Wolf, so Brooklyn Joe, Sneakers, Brian Neri, all. What are you talking about? Joe never ran no scams. Joe got money. Why the fuck would he need to read? Joe probably has more money than most of us. Why would he need to run a scam? Bill, you still have your wrench. I believe Bill Jordan does still have his wrench. Captain, I just took the wrenches away because I don't know how you guys are going to act. I can't have you fuck up my whole chat room and shit. But I have no problem with giving you back your wrench. Just ask for it. Joy Electric, you're going to have a hard time ever getting one from me again, dude. I've been here since the beginning, never trolled or talk shit about you once. I know that, Harvester, and that's always appreciated. You know, when people run into tough situations, you find out who your friends are. It's that simple. That's a lie. John. Johnny probably doesn't even know who The Truth is. Why would he? What are you talking about, John? Hey, The Truth, do you realize that John Wolf is fucking with you right now? I'll forgive you, but you need to No, that's not how it works, The Truth. If someone wants their wrench back, they got to ask me. I got 4 or 5 people that still have wrenches in here, but I'm not going to give everybody back their wrench. They got to come ask me. I'm not going to let people fuck up my channel. The videos John made, I seen those the other day, Tommy Stiggs. They were funny. He made 2 in a row for you. That's like an honor, Tommy, for John to make 2 in a row for you. Okay. I contacted MB today and asked her if she doesn't reply to me, why should I give her a wrench? It's up to MB. Okay. If people need their wrench back or want their wrench back, all they got to do is talk to me. It's like I said, MB has she has my Instagram, so she can contact me easily. Anybody else that wants to contact me through Instagram, they want their wrench back, I have no problem with giving you a wrench back, but you got to at least ask me. But there's a couple people that were trolls in here that I will never trust. Grant Calder, you're one of them. Because I went out of my way protecting you, Grant Calder. I went to battle with Angel Gotti for you. And what did you do? The minute something went bad that you didn't like with me, you turned on me, dude. So that speaks volumes about you, Grant Calder. It speaks volumes about who you are. You may not want to hear that, Grant Calder, and I'll keep saying your name because you're a scumbag, because I see the shit you're saying about me. You going in Stax' room talking shit about me, dude? Stax? Stephen, let him enjoy his little victory party. As you all know, we will be meeting again. And you'll be getting the date very soon. And there will be I couldn't give a shit if I was having a massive heart attack on my way. I will get there. That gives you something to talk about now, Lemonhead. Embarrassing. Captain, what's embarrassing is when you tell people that you're friends with them, and the minute they do something you don't like, you turn on them. That's what's embarrassing, Captain. I think NBA will emerge a leader out of all this mess. He is probably, I would say he's probably the sneakiest guy in the bunch. So, yes, he probably will. John, you're talking out your fucking ass. That cocksucker gaslights me every fucking night. He puts more lies out about me than anybody on all these channels combined. Didn't tell me you believe in the big. First of all, I'm not going to talk about the politics and stuff, especially about that thing that you're talking about there. But boy, imagine how different things would be right now if we had the person that's supposed to be in office compared to who the fuck is there right now. You think this shit be going on with Putin? Do you think that he would even think about going over into the Ukraine? You know why they attacked the Ukraine? Because COVID's over, people. They need a new thing. Ukraine's holding all the evidence against his fucking low-life son. That's what that's all about, the Ukraine thing. They're looking to send us to war before the next election. Because why? They want to steal another election. And yes, they did steal the election. And I don't think they did. I know they did. Here's something to think about. Last election, Biden only won a little bit over 400 counties. And when Romney ran against Obama won 800 counties and barely won. How the fuck do you win 400 counties and still win the election? It's literally impossible. It's not possible. I'm sorry, it's 4,000 counties, not 400. 4,000 instead of 8,000. Well, Biden won half the amount of counties that any Democrat that ever ran won. And he still won the election. It's impossible. It doesn't make sense. It's absolutely impossible. So if you're trying to say, yes, I think the election was rigged 100%, and I do believe we know, everybody with a brain knows that. Captain, are you getting sensitive with Bay 8th now? Bay 8th hasn't said hi to me in a while either. He's only said hi to me one time in a little tiny text. Josie roasted me last night. I just saw that's a sign. What? So Josie roasted me. What did he do? But let me ask you a question. Will you see me roast Josie? Nope. I was a jobber in the 80s and McMahon had honky tonk. Man smacked me with that gimmick guitar, which still hurt. Why were you a jobber, dude? You should have been the main star. Marley, that you admit you're conservative. MRE says he's independent. I don't know. Guys that say they're independents are just scared to say they're conservatives. I love MRE, but he knows damn well he's a conservative. MRE, come on, man. So much for Lee not engaging in drama again and doing lives. No, I did a lot. Let me tell you why I did a live, people. I had a bunch of fans, a bunch of people on the channels wanted me to do a live. They asked me to. So I'm on here doing a live. I'm not going to do many lives, people. You're not going to see me on here many times doing lives. I just felt like it was the best thing to do because people wanted me doing lives. And as you know, I proved myself. Look at my library compared to any of these other guys' libraries. What do you see in my library? You see actual stuff that you could watch. Stuff about mobsters. I just did 2, and I'll be doing a couple more this week. I probably won't do another live this week. So I've been on for 2 hours. I had a good number. And this is because a lot of people have been saying Lee's show's dead. Lee's done. This video will get over 2,000 views, maybe 3,000. So am I really done, people? I'm going to read a few more, and then I got to go to a doctor's appointment. My heart specialist. I got to get another nicotine patch put on my heart. Lonely old women, homosexuals have cats. That's fucking funny. That is fucking hilarious. So happy to see JTP on Angels. Was great to see them together. Glad their bond is. Yeah. Well, you know what? Dominic's a great guy. I'm going to tell you what, man. Whenever I email Dominic, he answers me. He actually got a hold of me and asked me how I was doing. And he knows that I'm friends with Gene Barillo. He doesn't judge me by that. But you know what? Do you know who calls me every day and asks me how I'm doing? Gene Barillo. Not the people that claim they were my friends on here, certain people. So that's the funny thing. Why are you friends with Gene Barillo? Because Gene Barillo calls me up and asks me how I'm doing. He says, "Hi, Lee, how you doing?" Little things like that. And some people don't like the fact I like Gene Barillo. But that's the way it goes. I'm not going to deny it. Aussie Nate, I know that your time over there in Australia is kind of weird. No, maybe it's our time that's weird. But anyway, same here in Australia. People used to smoke on the train. I was a little kid. They would smoke in shopping centers, even in doctor's surgeries. Oh, it's funny you said that, Aussie. I remember after my father got his lung cut out, and this was in the 1980s, I went to the hospital, and you would see people in the cancer ward. They had those holes in their throat, and they had cigarettes stuck inside the hole so they could smoke through the hole into their body where they had cancer. That's how bad cigarettes are, people. That's the addiction level of cigarettes. My addiction is food. Unfortunately, that's my addiction. That Arthur guy you hate us is going to light you up over choosing. I don't give a shit. It's my P.O. box. He could do whatever he wants. Anybody that you can go to my website, mobtubers.com, which gets 1,000 to 2,000 views a day. That's how much I'm dying. My show is dying. So I have a very busy website, and the website does really well. My address is on the website. It's a P.O. box. If someone starts fucking with me, they're not fucking with me. They're fucking with the U.S. government. I don't care. They can send me whatever they want. Send me rat heads, whatever the fuck makes you feel good. But make sure that you don't have an area where it came from. John Wolf. And you're hard to hate. You're like, John, you're like that. You're like that little crazy kid that nobody likes, but they kind of like him. Sometimes I hate you. Sometimes I love you. I don't know. You're just a weird dude, John, but I don't hate you, John. I never hated you. You guys do know that's not his hand, right? That is not his hand. That fat hand that he put up is not his hand. That's another Lemonhead lie. Yep. It's a horrible thing, Aussie. I mean, lung cancer and emphysema, I mean, they're brutal ways to die, especially emphysema. You can't sleep at night. You're on oxygen machines 24/7. Okay, let's see what Cap Lee was the feeling left out being a scammer, so he joined in. He wants some too. Captain, my challenge to you is tell me what I scammed. Please. You're talking, give me an example of something I scammed. Because I fucked up about wanting to talk to someone about not bothering another person. That's my fuck up. That's not a scam. People can call it a scam if they want. There's nothing I could do. Let me tell you something. If I was going to scam, it'd be for a lot more money than you could ever imagine. And believe me, I have many, many times in my life. But we're talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay, I'm going to try it. Let's see. It's 220. Let's see. 220. I'm going to try to catch up here to the end, read a few at the end, and then I'm going to have to close it up. People, I appreciate the people that have been in here today. Let's see. Absolutely, if Trump was in office like he's supposed to be, no attack on the UK, low gas prices, pipeline going strong in America. Boom, bam, perfect. I lived in this state. The first day that cocksucker got in office, what did he do? He fucking took, because Texas doesn't vote for the Democrats, they cut off all the gas, the refineries, any new drilling, anything. First day in office, that's what it wasn't Biden. Biden's fucking a retard. He's not even, he's brain dead. The people around him, the first thing they did is they attacked the gas industry in Texas. None of this would be going on right now. They're doing this on purpose, people. They want inflation. They want us to be a world power. They want everybody to rely on the world. They don't want the United States to be the way it is. These cocksuckers that we have in office, they should all be taken out and hung by fucking on poles. Lee, did you ever get female groupies during the time you were a mob tube asking for a friend? I've gotten some guy groupies, but never female groupies. Dude, my interest right now in relationships or women is like zero. And not because I'm old, because I've been in relationships 30 years straight. And this is the first time I've been single in 30 years. So I'm enjoying it. Boy, a lot of you guys are starting to chat here. Now, all I need back are my little troll friends. So I'm inviting my troll friends back to come get their. Next time I do my live, if they're back here, I will give them back their wrenches. If they're not back here, I'm never going to talk about it again. If you smoke in the house with children in the house, it's abuse. Oh, without a doubt, it's pure child abuse. If you smoke with people, with the elderly in your house or with children in your house, you're a low life scumbag. That's what it is. It's like if you drink and drive with people. If you drink and drive in a car, you're a low life scumbag. If you deal drugs, you're a low life scumbag. It's that simple. I bet you somebody's like this, rubbing their hands going, oh, thank God he's back. Now I got a show to do about somebody. Oh, I don't have to think too hard. Well, you shouldn't threaten the president. So I have a feeling you're going to hear from the Secret Service. I never threatened the president, Dylan. But if you want to say that, you go right ahead. Just show me evidence. I never said that. I can't smoke in the house. It makes house smells bad. And they sell 9-gram jars of $40, but I find gas on the street is still better. It's horrible, man. How about, well, you know what? Gas is going down here in Texas. We're at like $3.50 a gallon now, $3.49. It's still way up, but it's not as bad as if you're in California where it's $7, $8 a gallon. Lee, I will not sanction your buffoonery. You owed me just under $90 since 1994. Care for an itemized bill? Yes, I do. Please. My email is leecole1010 at gmail.com. leecole1010 at gmail.com. Send me that bill, Mr. Softy. Joey, yeah, you do care. When you take someone's wrench away, they get angry. They start running around talking shit about people. They have no loyalty. Yes, you do care. You keep talking about the wrench, Joey. So it's obvious you cared. You know, a matter of fact, a lot of people told me not to give you a wrench, including NB, and I still gave you a wrench. So, matter of fact, she caught you getting into fights with people and blocking them. Remember we talked about it? And I still let you keep your wrench, Joey. People get real sensitive when they lose their wrench. They really do. It's amazing. You raided my truck and stiffed me. Okay. Well, like I said, I just gave you my email. Send me the bill. Michigan did it right. They decriminalized it first without setting up legal shops to give everyone a fair chance to get into the business. And now you can grow your own. Same in Oregon. Yeah, you know who did it wrong? The worst was Colorado. They destroyed that state when they legalized weed. What Colorado did in the beginning, they let the regular guy buy the permits and stuff. And then all the big corporations have moved in now and fucked out, and the little people are just screwed. I'm sick of these wrench whores shade up. You know, it's amazing. If they lose a wrench, they're very sensitive about it. They turn on you. They'll turn on you like this if you take their wrench away. I've never had a wrench in anybody's room, and I would never want one, to be honest with you. But having a wrench is when people trust you. Lee, are you worried about talking about the election fraud? Okay. Why would I be worried about that? I'm not allowed to talk as a human being. As I talk about it every day. It was stolen. I'll be man enough to say it. If I lost my show for saying that, I'd lose my show for saying that. Tim Pool says it. Aussie Nate, because you had one, then it's taken away. It's like a emotion slap in the face. But the truth, I didn't take your wrench away because of anything you did. I took your wrench away because a bunch of trolls that were in my room had wrenches. I trusted them. And then they decided that they were going to turn on me. So what am I supposed to do? Straight talker. I don't know if you guys have been, if you've done any shows, but go to his show if he has, please. Danny Stories, John Wolf's. It's organic cookie store. Okay, I got to get going, guys. D-Truth, next time you come back, I'll make sure you have your wrench. Everybody take care. I appreciate who's ever been here. We had a nice little crowd. And it's like I said, I won't be doing as many as these, but I'll do them. And everybody take care. Bless you. Bless the United States. Do not vote for the liberals. Do not vote for Democrats. Take care, people.